$1,215 monthly Social Security checks for everyone? I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I do want to discuss with you the details of yet again another new plan coming out to change Social Security benefits in a pretty big way. However, I would love to hear your feedback down below in the comments section on this one because it would actually significantly increase benefits for lower income beneficiaries and it would decrease benefits for higher income beneficiaries. This is an interesting plan, which I'm sure has a lot of controversy around it, but I would love to hear your feedback down below. Let's get into it and discuss all the details and what they're now saying with this new plan. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so. And because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the necessary research, and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what's actually going on as things continue to change very rapidly. We're getting new plans, new bills, packages, and proposals out of Congress literally every single week. There's a lot of stuff that's going on right now, and I want to make sure that you understand how it may impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course, anything popping up right now we can possibly grab and or take advantage of. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and remember, I'm here for you every single day, no matter what. That's my promise, and I'm sticking to it. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about this plan that is circling around out there in regards to Social Security benefits, a $1,215 check for everybody. Wait, how would that actually work? Yeah, let me talk you through the details about this. All right, now obviously, as we've been hearing so many times now out of Congress, the administration, we've been hearing so much about this, all about this Social Security insolvency, right? That is like the big mathematical equation, right? That's the formula. Okay, we got insolvency, we're solving for insolvency, right? Remember those days back in math class? They're like x plus y plus z equals, whatever, the formula, right? So it's like, wait, what? I don't get it, right? So yeah, anyway, let's solve for insolvency, okay? That's basically what we're doing here. So anyway, I don't want to get off on some rant here talking about mathematics. Honestly, I'm certainly not a mathematician, so I'm not the person to speak in that space. Anyway, let me talk you through the plan here because this is actually interesting. And again, I'm sure there's some controversy about this one, but when it comes down to lower income beneficiaries, this one is actually in your favor if you're a lower income beneficiary. If you're a higher income beneficiary, well, these are the people that may not love this plan, okay? Let me talk you through what they're talking about here. So here's what it comes down to. Number one, the federal poverty line, okay? That's what that number is. The $1,215 is the federal poverty line right now on a monthly basis. Okay, stick with me here. So basically what the plan would be is because they're talking about Social Security benefits all across the board. Some people are getting $400 a month. Some people are getting $900 a month. Some people are getting $1,200 a month. Some people $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, even $4,000 plus dollars a month are what some people are getting. Well, they're looking at it saying, this doesn't really make sense. We've got people all across the spectrum here. Some people getting very low benefits. They're struggling. They can't get by. Some people are getting $4,000 plus dollars a month. It's a lot of money going out of Social Security every single year, right? That's about $50,000 a year going out of Social Security for one person that's getting over $4,000 a month. It's a lot of money, right? So as a result of that, they're thinking, what can we do here that would also solve for insolvency, right? Remember the formula. We're trying to figure out the formula to solve for insolvency. Well, that's what they're playing around with here in this plan here. So what the plan would be, and again, remember this much as well, this has not been passed through Congress, but this is just yet again another idea that's being played around with. So again, just want to make that very clear so we don't need to, worry about our benefits right now or anything like that. But here's what they're talking about. Flattening out Social Security benefits for everybody to get the same amount, the federal poverty line amount. Now, obviously, I would assume that this would adjust accordingly with the adjustment to the federal poverty line each and every year, as it usually does go up about 5.5% to 7% or so, give or take a little bit. Just like this year, it went up 7.28% over what it was at last year in 2022. So As a result of that, they're talking about why don't we just flatten these benefits out and basically turn this into a guaranteed basic income program. What it would essentially do is raise benefits significantly for lower income beneficiaries up to the federal poverty line, lifting millions and millions of people out of poverty, solving a couple issues right there. Number one, lifting benefits up. Number two, raising people up to or beyond the federal poverty line. Next, they want to lower benefits for higher income beneficiaries because what they found with their studies is that higher income beneficiaries, as in people getting $2,000, $2,500, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000 or more dollars a month from Social Security, generally have other sources of income as well. Maybe a 401k, maybe an IRA, maybe investment income from stocks or dividends or pensions or annuities or other investment income, savings, right? Maybe they have other things like this. And that's what they found from their studies is that a lot of these higher income beneficiaries generally have other sources of income as well. And the Social Security benefit that they're receiving is just like the cherry on top, just extra income that they don't really miss. Like, here's the thing. If their benefits were reduced from, say, $4,000 down to $1,200, yep, they probably wouldn't like it. But at the end of the day, does that mean that they don't have any food on the table? Mostly not for higher income beneficiaries, according to what they're finding. So it'd mostly help out lower income beneficiaries. Now get this, they also found that if they did this to benefits, if they brought all benefits to the federal poverty line, that $1,215 a month, or about $14,580 a year is what that calculates out to on a yearly basis. If they brought benefits to this level, it would actually save Social Security, get this, $1.3 trillion over the course of 10 years. About $130 billion a year is what this would save Social Security, and $1.3 trillion over the course of the 10-year period of time. So again, if we look at the current situation thinking, okay, Social Security is going to be insolvent in, say, 9 years from right now, according to the most recent reports. Well, if we can implement a situation like this, where all of a sudden benefits are lifted for lower income beneficiaries, reduced for higher income beneficiaries, and brought down where everybody gets the same dollar amount, then we could actually have a lot more money in the Social Security Trust Fund, and this program would remain solvent for many more decades to come into the future, right? But then there's the big controversy about it. But wait, I earned the benefit. I earned, X dollars, however much, right? So there's a lot of back and forth about this. And again, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more about this if they were to come forward with something like this and start moving on this thing and say, okay, this is the solution we've decided. Let's start moving forward. I would anticipate there's going to be a lot of people out there that say, but wait, what about all of this that I earned? I thought Social Security was basically a program where I earn my benefit based on, my work record, my earnings over 35 years, and all this stuff like this. And then all of a sudden, they just throw that all out the window and say, well, just kidding, we flattened out the benefit for everybody, right? So again, I'm not taking sides either for or against this. I'm just simply telling you, this is what's going on out there. And I would anticipate there's going to be a lot of unhappy campers out there as a result of this. But then on the flip side, there's probably going to be a lot of very happy people as well that say, wow, this is great. My benefit just got boosted significantly and I'm up to the federal poverty line. So again, it would solve a lot of different issues here, but at the same time, it would open a major can of worms, let's call it. You know what I mean? It would open a big can of worms where a lot of people would probably be not very happy with this whole solution, but this is one of the proposals and one of the ideas that they're talking about. Remember, as well, with everything going on right now and basically the misdirection or basically the lack of a solution on this whole thing, they're basically playing around with anything that comes out because it's just like everything. It's basically a big brainstorming session, right? They're trying to figure out what can we do here. Nobody really has a solution other than people like Bernie Sanders who just keeps coming out saying, just raise taxes, just raise taxes. Okay, that works for a little while, but continuously raising taxes over and over and over does not work. It maybe works for a little while. It might work for 10, 15 years. It might work for a while, but the deal is, at some point, they're going to basically tap that out. They can only raise taxes so much, right? That is not really a solution for long-term solvency in Social Security, right? It works for a while, but eventually they're tapped out. You can only raise taxes so much, right? So again, that's kind of their default all the time is, let's just raise taxes. Okay, fine, but what's the long-term play here, right? You got to figure out a long-term play because Social Security has been around for 88 years. it's probably going to be around for a very long time to come. If that's the case, do we want a 5-year solution, a 10-year solution, or do we want a 50 or 100-year solution? Well, it depends. Depends who you are, right? I feel like let's go for the long game. Let's figure out a solution that we don't need to sit here and have these discussions every 10 years and try to figure out something that's going on because Social Security has another insolvency issue, right? Why not come up with a long-term solution that has this program, fixed up and it's good to go for, say, 50, 100 years, something like that. Then we don't need to think about it and have these discussions and worry all the beneficiaries all the time over unnecessary things that are going on because Congress didn't simply do their work, right? But again, that's just my approach. I feel like let's just do it right the first time so we don't need to come back, right? Have you ever tried to do something like that? You feel like, I'm just going to kind of hack this one. I'll come back at it some point later. And then sure enough, a little while later, you got to come back and refix it and do all the work over again because it wasn't done right the first time, We've all experienced that, right? Maybe we've done it. Maybe we've hired somebody to do something for us and they come back and they do, not a very good job. And that's like, great, now I got to do the whole thing over again because it wasn't done right. So anyway, this is the plan that's floating around out there, along with a ton of other ones that are out there right now. I want to bring this to your attention. An interesting one. And again, I'm sure it's a very controversial one. Either way, I would love to hear your feedback down below. I'm guessing lower income beneficiaries who are below the $1,215 a month would love this. I'm guessing anybody above that would probably not be too excited about it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of one of these things where there's always a give and take. And ultimately, it's up to Congress at this point. So either way, I'll keep you posted as I do get more details, but I thought this was an interesting one, and I thought, you know what? I'd love to hear from the community, all of you here in this community, down below in the comment section. If you're interested in sharing, if not, that's totally fine too. I always respect that. I'm not here to tell you what to do, never have been, never will be. I'm not a micromanager, never have been, never will be, and I don't want to be because that's not my style, okay? Either way, I just want to be here to inform, I want to be here to educate, and again, bring you the details as far as what is hitting the wire and what they're talking about right now, because it is a weird time, especially when it comes to Social Security, but that's good. It's a good thing because it means they're talking about it. That's really good for beneficiaries. Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, and I'll catch you again later in the next